welcome back to La-Mulana, and before we re-enter the ruins, let's talk to Zelda first. And he wants to play a shooter game, but there aren't many shooter games these days, and this was made quite a few years ago. Well, with that said, time for us to return, not to the Gate of Guidance like normal, but to the Mausoleum of the Giants. We're also going to equip the scanner again for ease. So here is another one of these gates we unlocked in the previous part. So let's enter the Graveyard of the Giants. It's me. Isn't it strange that I know how your adventures are going? I can see through everything. Sure thing, Zelda. So this is the other side of the Mausoleum of the Giants, with some amazing kick-ass music, which we're going to be hearing quite a bit because we have to come back here a few times. And there's two items we want to get while we're down here. So this place has a lot of ice physics in it. Luckily though, ice physics get completely negated if you jump, so that's one way to not have to worry about them. My eyes are not hollowed out holes. That's a little hint towards attacking the eye there. Mate, do you want to get out of there? Thank you. You have to wait for his eyes to go. Then we'll try to activate that, which leads to a trap. Me, I'm not bored. Ice is slippery. It can't be helped. Good luck. Thanks, mate. This part of the music is great. Just gonna be quiet for a bit. Mew is the nameless one, the one who rises into the sky. That is important, and we're going to keep it. We need to recall that Mew is the nameless one. Nameless and Mew are the important parts there to solve the puzzle later. And this room has the most annoying block puzzle in the entire game in it. Just because you can know what you're doing and it can still take ages due to the ice physics. So one of the main reasons we came here is to get this treasure. The only way to get that is to get double jump and completely fluff it. Let's try that again. Get double jump and then jump into this hole there. And now we have access to get ourselves hit again. To the Future Development Company. This software is one of the most important softwares in the entire game. It doesn't do anything for us yet, but as soon as we start to find areas where we can walk to here, any of the save points, the Grail tablets, are thou chosen one or not? Proceed, we shall await thee ahead. But once we find Grail tablets on this side of the ruins, it will allow us to walk to them, whereas ordinarily you can't walk to them at the start of the game, even if you unlock them. So this is the most annoying puzzle, and I didn't quite make it, so we're probably never going to be able to do this unless I exit the room, because I don't want to push this too far. I need to push this far enough so I can get through, without pushing it too far, which I think I just did, because otherwise you just hop straight into it like that. It is so annoying. This one puzzle is one of the worst things in the entire game, because you can know how to do it, you can know how to do it flawlessly, but it doesn't work. You have to be really precise. Let's try it again. We're going to try and stop just after we pass under there. Did we make it? No. Time to go again. We're going to stop a little bit earlier next time. There may be an easy way to do it, but I don't know what it is. Let's try again. Nope, we stopped too early. Ah, this puzzle. This puzzle. At least you get to hear this music. There we go. So now that we've pushed it on that side, we can start putting that box on top and finish with this box which, just like the first block puzzle we did, allows us to push it over the top of the blocks. And there we have finally solved that annoying puzzle. Those enemies do quite a lot of damage with contact damage, sadly. There's another seal up there, but we can't get it yet because we don't have it. We'll have to come back for that item later. And we will want to because it's not mandatory, but it really helps. People often comment that elevator music is bad, but in this case, I'm a fan. The red ruby means passion. Something sapphire signifies affection. The meanings are infused into the gemstones. That's important for a puzzle later in the game. I don't know if I'll actually find all the hints for it or not, and record them all. The illusion has no end. The key to eternity rests within. A demon with a weapon brings forth the illusion. A demon that endlessly consumes life. Because there is a puzzle that I already know the answer to later that requires finding about 6 or 7 of those tablets. So we'll probably end up coming across all the tablets, but I might not be able to save them all. We're getting quite battered up here. We should be okay because we'll be able to heal soon. As long as if we avoid more spikes. Those bombs are very easy to deal with as long as if you're not in a rush. You just have to get close enough to trigger them and then run away. Oh! I say that, but then I get stunned from fall damage. Well, fall stun anyway. Let's wait for these bats to come, so that we can jump over without getting hit. I don't think they're coming, you know? I don't think they are. Alright, we're just going to have to risk it. Those seeking Eden, open the 4 boxes. Seek the 4 pedestals, within the hands of the 4 who reside in a place bathed in moonlight. So I believe that's 3 hints we've got there so far. Our health is really not looking good, but we're very close to a healing point. Oh no, now we have to deal with this guy. Ooh, this is really close. I'm not a fan of this. This is way too close for comfort. We're risking it. I'm going all in. This is probably a really bad idea, but we're almost safe. Let's have to shoot this guy or something. Oh, where's he going? I have no idea where that guy's going, but we're going to stay here to hit him. I'm a maverick for the amount of trouble I'm getting myself in here. And lowering that piece of ice into here allows us to stand in this healing point. Yep, 3 health away from death, but we just made it. So this is actually the only other hot spring in the game. I don't know why it's here, but it is, and it's helpful. Let's kill this thing so we don't get any contact damage. Money can't buy the real thing. Is that a mention on happiness? Probably not. Oh look, we can grab a shield. This baby is a guaranteed 100% genuine silver shield. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, mate. I feel like that's a trick. If you actually buy that from him, it takes a single shot and then it breaks. So if we break this ground here, we can come in from the other side and get the real shield. So unlike the previous shield we had, this one can never break. It will still only take about 5 bullets until it goes, but then you can always bring it back out. It basically just, you get stunned and the shield gets knocked out of your hands, sort of thing. A meeting of man and woman. Inside the man, the seed of life is born. Ooh, But with that said, that's actually an important hint for later. Yeah, my patience for these guys is kind of thin despite them doing a lot of damage, just because they often just do not move for ages, so I like to just try and run into them if possible. So there's one more thing for us to do here. Well, actually there's 2 things. First off, we're going to activate that up there. As I said, if you jump on ice, it stops all momentum. Tujin emits countless beams of light. Those without a white shimmer will not survive. I hate these wizards so much. So this activates this. But we can't actually go up yet because that place is sealed off. As you might be able to see just next to our health there, it looks like the Tree of Eden is on the picture. So we'll be able to access that later once we have access to Eden. Let's go through this invisible wall here. That gives us access, finally, to the save point. Behold the graveyard of the giants. It is the resting place of the giants overcome by sorrow. So now if we use the Holy Grail, if we press down from this screen, we can jump into the other side of the ruins. So let's enter the next area. This place is ominously quiet. Maybe we'll come back to this later, and of course we will. Oh dear, I didn't mean to actually go there, I meant to press that switch first. Oh well. Yeah, I guess we may as well, since we have access to quickly walk there. Let's go through the ominously quiet room again. I get the feeling that's going to be some sort of late game dungeon. So now that we have opened up that, we'll be able to access more of this location. I love how that thing was really obviously in the range of my whip, but it still didn't die. So we still haven't fully opened that yet, so we need to come in from above now. How many hints do we have about Eden so far? We have 3. Okay. I won't start solving them yet then until we get all of them. That's not the way. One of these we have to hit from above. That's the one. And now we can finally open this. The light of the god of death delivers death to all living things. Only those who hold the book of the dead may escape this fate. Yeah, a little bit late, we've already solved that puzzle. So that just gives us a quicker access to either side. So I don't think there's anything else for us to actually do here, so instead, let's return to the Temple of the Sun. Sorry, I'm just looking down at my sheet just to make sure we're not missing anything. Yep, so what we're going to do now... Oh, actually, there is one more location we haven't been to, which we first need to head to. We could have done this earlier, but we could really do with more health before we explore this location. A location we just missed because of our own ineptitude. I shouldn't say our own, it was mine, I'm sorry. But there is one more weapon we need to pick up. That can be accessed via the dark area, the Chamber of Extinction. We could have done it the last time we were there, but our health didn't look too good. And when the place is all dark, to be honest, it's quicker to just brute force the mini-boss to fight with a lot of attacks. So you can see this here. If we hit that with a certain object, we will be able to light up the place. We don't have that item yet. We'll be getting it soon though. Actually, we'll be getting it in this part. Take the dragon bone in hand, it shall light the way to the centre of this land. The large stone statue is Spriggan. Hostility awakens it. Further attacks will still its unrest. I gotta be honest, I don't actually know what that's talking about. And here is the mini-boss. So with that, it's a better idea to just force it with some health while the place is dark, and that will unlock the chakram. The chakram is a very useful weapon in the game. The cog of the soul gives life. We sprung forth from it, prospered, perished, then departed to this world. So we don't have to make any extra progress here, but while we're down here, I'm going to go and collect the save point so that we can quickly walk back in the future. And of course I hit a skeleton as soon as I screen transition. Oh, that's a very big mural. There seems to be writing etched here, but it's impossible to decipher. We'll need to keep that in mind for later. Oh, no, this isn't the location. This isn't the way we're meant to be going. My bad. The Great Mother slumbers at the centre of this world. Lay the dragon bone to rest there. Thou shalt be permitted to stand in the Mother's presence. Let the map guide its placement. Oh man, I'm so used to going through this area while it's light, so it's actually very difficult to remember where I'm meant to be going. But we should be fine. Yeah, it should be down here. It should be here. Yep, there it is. Behold the Chamber of Extinction. Here lies the remnants of a disastrous battle. So since we've now located that, it's time for us to make progress into one of the next areas. With that said though, we're first going to enter back to the Graveyard of the Giants. There's one thing I forgot to do while I was down here, so sorry about that. It'll only take us about a minute. And that's to pick up one more additional hit point. Or one of the extra sacred orbs anyway, that gives us more health. Because I was thinking I would put it off until the correct episode to get it on for the location, but I forgot it's actually the very place we're about to enter. So we may as well grab it now while we're here, since obviously more health is always good. So this is the Tower of Ruin. Like I said, this is the second side to one of the locations. So we haven't seen that location yet, but we're going to see it in about a minute, so it's not too much of a worry. But while we're down here, we may as well grab an extra... I was thinking we'll grab an extra weapon. You know what? Yes, we will. Oh, I completely forgot that lava absolutely wrecks us. You'd think I would know that, but there's an item that lowers the amount of damage lava does. Follow the name that means unnamed. If you remember... Where is it? Mew is the nameless one. So we have to follow Mew. Let's see what this guy has to say. There is a race that recorded their knowledge on the walls. This knowledge will operate in a mechanical box as a virtual wise man. Shall awaken should a wise man read the mural. That sounds a bit cryptic, but what I can tell you already is that he's talking about the laptop when he mentions the virtual box. A kind and mischievous spirit, a lonely and mischievous spirit. She means no harm with her mischief, no damage done by unintentional mischief. That's another thing for us to keep. Because that is also a hint to a puzzle later in the game. And here is a mini-boss which is really annoying to kill. And hopefully we can manage it. Oh no, I fell. Of course I fell. Because if we kill this guy, we access another save point, so it gives us a quick walk. I think I'm just going to reset that, because he becomes unattackable while he's in that stage. And I fell again. Yeah, this part's not going to be that fun, but I'll try and get it done as soon as possible. Done quite a bit of damage to him, so we'll try and continue with this fight. Luckily we can block most of his projectiles. Though really, I would like it to become attackable, thank you. There we go, we only needed one more hit. Skander, a large clay doll, the one who holds the golden key which soars through the skies. And in here, we find a important room. So then we actually already have the answer to this room. But to do it, you need to understand how the script works for the language. The easiest way to actually do it is to just turn off the glyph reader and read something that's untranslated, then put it back on and find the letters M and U, because we need to spell out the letters Mu. That is M, and that is U. So as long as if you know you're looking for Mu, which is what the few tablets we got told us, then that's quite straightforward. You just need to learn what those two letters are. And you could even probably do that with this one here. Just look for an M and a U, and then use that to translate it. So that gave us the Ankh. I just wanted to double check we picked it up. We're running very low on weights, so I have to go back to buy some more weights. And this opens up the Earth Spear. And with the Earth Spear, we shoot downwards, so we can shoot this switch, which allows us to push this box. But before we go anywhere, I'm first going to get the save point. So since we opened up this area here, the goddess of the mountain changes her form into the goddess that loves blood and war. To assuage her anger, thou must get down on the ground and pray. So as you read there, I had to cancel to uninterrupt it. We just translated the untranslated text. Once we do that to another two special tablets in the game, we'll be able to fully understand the language. And this is the language we still don't know how to read yet. So we know 20% of it, but we still need to learn the rest. Behold the Tower of Ruin, the remains of dreams destroyed, wishes not granted. It's very mentions about the alternate world. I just want to show you here that if these enemies attack us, it seems like it doesn't do any damage. So if we look down here, we saw that it mentioned a kind of mischievous spirit does no damage when it attacks you with its unintentional mischief. It seems like a random note, but that's going to be used right at the end of the game for a puzzle, so we're just going to keep that in mind. And now we have unlocked an additional shop. And here we can buy the snapshot, which analyses images. We can also see that he sells bombs and flares, but he's out of stock of those at the moment because we haven't obtained the weapons yet. So we've done everything we can do in this side of the Inferno Caverns, which is what the other side is called. So we're going to head down there now. O great bird, give us mercy. Will crushing that hand bring us mercy? So we're going to head to the Temple of the Sun. And then we're going to head back up because I'm an idiot and I accidentally jumped past the point we wanted to go to. Because there's one location that we saw there was a different way out that we never went to, and that was down here where Isis's chamber was. If you remember this door here, we never went to it, and this tablet down here talked about the Inferno Cavern. So that's where we're going now. So this is the normal side of the place we were just in, the Inferno Cavern. And here he mentions that lava is bad, as if you really needed that additional information, but thanks anyway. It here is a Lamia statue. You may remember that one of the tablets we found in the Temple of the Sun talked about this. Turn left and swing your weapon, turn right and swing your weapon. The souls of the children, long departed, shall be awakened. So this is the giant statue that was mentioned on a tablet previously. Oh look! Full health. A trap, obviously. That was way too easy for full health. Ah, I thought I could jump there before he would reawaken. I'm just going to jump and attack him like that. When the snakes are enraged, it shall open. Oh, that one snake looks like it's enraged. Let's go and enrage the second one. Attack me! There you go. The map. So this is the Inferno Caverns. As you can see, there are two locations here we can't reach from where we are. So we'll have to come in from a different location to find them, the ones in the top left. We could activate this node right there, but all it does is open up that thing above us. And since we've only got the one, because I forgot to go back and buy more, we're going to need those weights for something. Or that one weight for something. Two weapons are kept in this land. One lies beyond Pezu's guard. The other lies in the Sardep of light, which extends from the pit of flames. So that wall to the left has just opened, and we'll go down there later. But first off, low frame rate, and then we can continue. There is more to this land than meets the eye. It is a pivotal location. Tread a different path, and then return to this land again. So in here, we can get one of the weapons that was mentioned. First off, we're going to just trigger these two bombs. so they don't do any additional damage to us. And I completely screwed that up. I knew that was going to happen the final second I was there. Luckily you can reset these puzzles by going in and out. And to think I even wrote down the order list to make sure I wouldn't screw it up. So first off we need to push this one. It's for rooms like this where having the box pushing gloves really helps. And once again we use the trick of making a platform. The game really loves this feature. To push that out. So the only real problem here that you might screw up with, as well as making that platform, is if you put a box on the bottom right one. You absolutely ignore this platform right here until last, because that one doesn't give you another box if you use it, so you can run out of boxes. The same with that one above us, but obviously there's nothing else you can do with that one, because otherwise you wouldn't get another box up there. And here we finally unlock the flares. The flare gun is needed to light up the chamber of extinction. It's also quite a good weapon in general. It does very little damage, but it shoots above you, which can be used on the Bahamut fight, if you get stuck on that. We're just going to continue pushing this box to destroy all the fire in our path. We are dangerously low on health, but there is soon to be a save point. Here it is. Behold the Inferno Cavern. It was once the source of strength. So we saved at 1:44. I'm just checking that now to see how long we've been going. About 20 minutes. That's good. We still have time. Because we've been fitting in a lot of additional stuff during this part, so I just wanted to double check we're not going to take too long, because I wrote down a lot of things to do in this episode. First off, we're going to get more health, just because we kind of need it. And then we'll go buy a few more weights, because we're dangerously low on weights. Yeah, waiting in this place takes a while. So how was your day? I just played this, and then took ages publishing it, because the editing software is rubbish. Oh, it's finished. We're just going to completely spend all of our money. You broke 4! And now let's head back to the Inferno Cavern. There it is. Don't know why I kept checking the other screen. It was kind of to make sure I unlocked the other side of this place. Oh, I should probably check this guy. He mentions, damn it, so this is it. I'm not holding on to this I'm not giving this software to anybody. No one will know I hid it in a place like this. That's the hint that you go here. So there, we get additional text memory. So now we can install more, keep more texts. Got all this additional space for us to record things if we wanted to. So I'll be recording stuff throughout the game. I keep forgetting I have double jump. I should probably use that. Those seeking Eden, open the 4 boxes, seek the 4 pedestals, find the source of a phenomenal trap in a place bathed in moonlight. So let's read which ones of these we've got so far. We've got the phenomenal trap, the hands of the 4, search out the place they point towards, and the highest rank. There's one more place that we want to grab. No, I didn't get hit by. No, damn fire! Kill this guy. Right. there's the ice cape. So now we have this ice cape, we can now go into the lava. Let's grab a look at that. So here's the ice cape, it's a fashionable cape. I'll also show, because I forgot to show before, here's the Book of the Dead, it talks about how it can seal Anubis. Here's the feather that allows us double jump. So those are the additional items I forgot to show. At the bottom of this land lies the darkness that leads to death. A cloak made of ice protects one from the heat. So here's another shop that sells us another software. That's one of the ones that just increases our abilities rather than something mandatory. So now we are going to get an upgrade to our whip, which is something you can actually do without killing a single boss in the game, like getting the axe. So when I do the hard mode playthrough of this game, I'm going to get this upgraded whip and some other stuff straight away, because it will give me a lot more help against the harder bosses. Stick to the walls. Once the flames die down, kick off the walls and proceed. So we got the climbing gloves from the Temple of the Moonlight, time to put them to use. It's a little bit fidgety this, you have to like quickly press up to see where you're going. The four philosophers have turned to stone, they continue to protect the ruins. Point it to the right, and the right it shall go. Point it to the left, and the left it shall go. Urge just once, and it shall never reach thy hands. I don't actually know what that's referring to. It might just be the box pushing, but there isn't actually a reward for doing one thing on the screen. This place was created by the giants as a place for launching the tower with hot water, but the tower failed to fly, and this land was abandoned as a result. Thus this land does not suffer divine retribution. So you may have noticed already there is 0 eyes of retribution here. We can whip anything we want, and that's the reason why. So here is one of the hardest mini-boss in the game, because we need to really use the chakrams to have a good chance of hitting the guy. So you have to wait until he tries to attack us, and then we have to try and knock the chakram. The problem with this is though that chakrams are very rare at this point in the game, so it's annoying if we lose it. Because even though it comes back to us, it's possible to get it stuck in the wall, which is really annoying when that happens. There we go. Oh, good. I thought we were going to lose that then. Ah, we missed the heal, but it was more important to pick up the chakram. So this room is one of the few in the game that can actually permanently lock us out if we fail to solve the puzzle. It's quite an easy puzzle, but if you do get it wrong, then you can't retry it. So now we have the chain whip. This whip has double the damage of our regular whip. So if we go back into this room, you can notice that they are still up. So there's no way to reset that until a lot later. There is a certain vendor in the game that will sell you the ability to refresh that. So since we've done everything here, it's time for us to go to the Tower of Ruin and unlock the boss fight. First off, we're going to wait for this, because this thing is timed perfectly to kill you if you try and just run straight through. You might just make it if you're frame perfect or something, but it's kind of a trap to kill you. So this should now be open. Yep. Can't read that. So you may notice our health is going down the same rate that poison would have taken it down if we were in the water. So here is the other side of this place. Those who have made it this far, we have chosen thee. Come to us, we shall answer the tune of thine ocarina. If you saw in the background then, something just got taken up that had a pad on it. So this room is going to be for the boss fight, but we need to access the boss first. And to do that, we'll have to go and get the dais that was that was taken upstairs. So we need to find where that was taken to. So it's worth noting that oh, it just appeared in that top right corner, so we have to go through lava to get it. So it's worth noting that each of those doors in the game, for most of them correspond to the certain area you're in. So we needed to kill the first boss to access the one in the Gate of Guidance, and the second boss to access the one in the Mausoleum of the Giants. But the one we just opened there, I believe that needed Bahamut to open that one. Or it may have been all for the first bosses, I don't know for sure. I might test that at some point. So now what we should probably do is we should probably go and get ourselves a healing fairy. Because we're already quite low on health and we're going to fight a quite difficult boss. It's a boss that sometimes I've beaten it the first times, other times I've taken quite a few attempts. There's an annoying gimmick to it that can cause you to have a knockback that can screw over your attacking, which is a bit annoying. So we have to wait here until we get our fairy, and then let's go back down. So now we have opened up this door for real this time, so we can now head this way, we don't have to go all the way back through the tower again. Okay, so now for my 5th attempt at the boss fight. So this is V, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. So to start off we need to destroy all their tentacles. And then when that eye comes out, you have to score as many hits as you can. And that's the general gimmick of this boss, but it becomes a lot harder as it goes on. As you may notice, the laser beam destroys the platforms. So you often have very few ways to actually attack it, and I accidentally fell off the platform. Yeah, this boss is one that really punishes you if you fail to jump. Because as I mentioned before, if you fail to jump, or you could just end up going straight through her and take loads of damage. Wow. That was really, really unfortunate. So as I mentioned in the previous part, you need to really get used to the jumping of this game. So you try and avoid falling as much as possible. And this boss fight basically just puts that into overdrive. Okay, this is the second phase. She starts to direct the beam and she appears on her own volition like that. Which often means you just do not have a platform to attack her from, like this. And then I missed the platform entirely because my jump was off. Like, if she appears now, it will be amazing. And she did. Because she happened to appear next to a full platform like that, I actually managed to get a lot of attacks on her, which is what killed her. Congratulations, you obliterated Vi, but the adventure continues. The only way out is to fall into the abyss. So this is also the Chamber of Extinction. We're now in this upper part. There isn't that much we can do here yet. That will take us back up to the lava place. But for now, all we're going to do is explore this location before we come back later. So as you can see down there, that treasure chest is currently looted. That is supposed to contain the ankh for this location, like the red jewel. But it doesn't because someone stole it, so we'll have to find it later. So here we could buy some extra stuff. We could buy some more chakrams, which we're going to do. Because we have a puzzle containing chakrams upcoming, which can be very, very finicky because of the way that chakrams work and jumping works. Yes, here is a brief shortcut just so we can quickly go through there later. And this is Palanqui's coffin. So this is also going to become a boss room later in the game. So we'll be coming back here later. A mystery lies hidden within two murals. The small one will call it forth, the large one holds the mystery within. Face this challenge with the golden key in hand. So for now, we should head back. So before we finish this part, what I'm going to do is head to the Chamber of Extinction, and let's use one of our flares. The Gatekeepers of Hell, Oxhead and Horseface, they await thou at the edge of darkness. Beyond them lies the last pyramid, the pyramid in which Nuwa sleeps. That'll be very important for later. So one of the first things we're going to do while we're here is go up here. So if you see this room here, you'll notice that all four of those things got killed and replaced very quickly. So this is going to be where we come when we want to get a lot of money faster than the fairy later. Those seeking Eden, open the four boxes, seek the four pedestals, beneath the dancing man's feet, in a place bathed in moonlight. We now have all the tips that we need to go into Eden. So with that said, let's enter this room before we get killed, and see what's here. A guardian lurks at the front. If the guardian isn't there, then it will be in the back. That is how these ruins work. The endless corridor is the only exception to this rule. Whoops. Luckily that didn't crush me, otherwise I would have died. I believe on hard mode that does actually happen. Well, since the place has gone dark, there's no real point continuing. There is a treasure I wanted to grab, but I guess we'll get it later. The god who sustains the world shall disperse the darkness. Look where the shell is, and the left hand points. So this room looks rather mysterious. We actually have to come here with a key fairy later. And while we're here, let's check out this room. The Shrine of the Mother. This is the final area of the game. I love how that looks like it's going to crush you. And we can't read anything it says. Sleep within the woman. Who were? So we don't have any map for this area yet. So as you would expect when it's called something like Shrine of the Mother, this is going to be the final area of the game. But if we travel on this platform, we'll see we can't actually access it yet. Despite this looking like an amazing entrance with the snake statues breathing fire on either side. And here is Bahamut's Wedge. So this place is all very mysterious, and we'll be finding out what these wedges are and what this Shrine of the Mother is later in the game. But for now, that's just our initial experience of it. So there are two things we want to do while we're down here. One of them is to open that and wait for the light to run out. Any time game, you like to run out on me when I'm trying to do stuff, so please run out. We're doing this to get extra time, but you know. I guess the game doesn't feel like it. There we go. So we're going to travel through the invisible wall. If you ever played any of the Dizzy games, then you should be familiar with this kind of gimmick. But this is a lot easier. So that seal has changed to a different seal. But by unlocking that first one, we obtain the life seal. Thanks, game. But that one down there requires the death seal to unlock, so we can't actually open it yet. But we do have the third seal of the game. So now we can unlock most of these seals. There's only one more seal left, like I said, the death seal, that we still have to come back for. And there is one more item we want to grab while we're down here. I'm never sure of the exact location to find it though. Can't read that. Oh, what's this message? Oh, it tells us about reading. We're just going to wait for the light to run out again. There we go. Let's activate this. So now we can have a better look at this mural that we found earlier. We still can't decipher it. We're not going to be able to do anything with that until a lot later in the game, but we should keep an eye on it. So what we're doing here is grabbing one more health up from over here. This is one I always miss when I'm trying to like run through the game to try and get a bit of speed. Sacred Orb. So we're now done, I think. I don't think there's anything else for us to do in this area, especially not if it's going to take away the light. So now, if we enter not the 10th Tower of Ruin... Ooh, who's that in the top right corner? He looked like he was wearing the same type of outfit as us. Could that have been our father? How strange. Oh right, we didn't actually get the shortcut to the other location yet, so we'll have to find it. But right there, who we just saw was our father. And our father wasn't present here earlier, which means that somehow he's been freed. And you're supposed to somehow know that that means you have to find whatever just collapsed over there. We obtained the talisman. This is the charm that the professor's father always carried with him. So I guess that implies that our father was inside this sphinx all along. That unlocks once we beat V, or Vi. The first mantra is in the corridor, the entrance to the never-ending corridor. I'm going to just register all these down here. The second mantra is at the foot of the twins, at the tip of the feet that connects the two. The third mantra is on the path leading outside, at the side of Hell's Gatekeeper. Recite the mantra correctly. Let us seal Tiamat, Baphomet, Palanqui, Vai, Bahamut, Elmak, Sakit, and Amisbina. So you may have noticed that 5 of those are the bosses that we've killed so far. The other ones we haven't killed are Tiamat, or Tiamat, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to say it, Baphomet, and Palanqui. I guess we may as well record that, since it is important. The fourth mantra is inside the giant, she who stands in the land of Inferno. So you might be recognising some of these things that we're reading. The fifth mantra is below the goddess, at the foot of the goddess, staring at the collapsed tower. The seventh mantra is by the spike, atop the 5 mysterious floors. The last mantra is the sign of courage. So, this one room here is for one of the final puzzles in the game. We have to recite this mantra that we've just read about. But that won't be until we've beaten all of the bosses. And as we see, there are still 3 more bosses left for us to fight. You don't have to worry about that platform that just went down beneath us. All that does is access a shortcut inside here. So before we leave you, or I leave you rather, what I'm going to do is activate the Fruit of Eden. So throughout the game we've been finding these different hints about how to unlock Eden. So we'll go through them in order. Well, when I say order, I mean I'm just going to go through them in whichever order I can find them. One of them mentioned that there was somebody, a face that was more important than all the others. Let's see if we can find that. Stand before the face of the highest rank. And this is the tallest place in the whole area. So the highest rank must be the face that's at the top. So that's that puzzle solved. Now let's go down here and activate this shortcut. And as you can see in this room, there is now a dais that we can put a weight onto. So we're starting to put this puzzle together. So the next thing search out the place that they point towards. Within the hands of the 4. There are 4 hands here. So that's a puzzle. We have to activate the search icon, like the hand scanner in these areas. Find the source of a phenomenal trap. This is clearly a trap. Just proof in case you wanted to know if it was a trap or not. Which means that finally, beneath the dancing man's feet. Sadly we have to wait for the platform to come back down. And we've previously seen where the dancing man is. It's the hieroglyph that seems to change shape every time that we appear. Oh, no, I didn't mean the screen transition then. So we could go down to the bottom, but the quickest way to find him is to jump on this platform and surf it across. So this icon, as you can see here, changes each time that we appear. So that is the final one. Now in this room, we have 4 daises. And that one above us there, I forgot if we put it into our list or not, mentioned about we have to do it from the nearest to the farthest. So, let's do it in order. We have the closest ones to us, which happens to be this order here. And that allows us to get the Fruit of Eden. Gold shaped into fruit, said to be needed in entering paradise. So now we can enter Eden in the next part. I believe that was everything we wanted to do for the time being. There was probably one more thing I forgot to put in, but it seems like, oh yes, one more thing we should probably do is if we return to the Gate of Guidance, we can now use the new seal we collected to unlock this very morbid scene above us. Offer 3 lights to the heavens. Well, we have a flare gun. So let's offer 3 lights. and this gives us access to the crucifix. And what that does is, if the enemies want to comply with me, common enemies, I'm right here. They kill themselves when they try to hit us. Protects against ghost attacks. So that is a lot of stuff that we have shoved into this one episode. We have entered the Inferno ruins for the first time, or the Inferno Cavern and the Tower of Ruin. We have successfully killed Vi, and we have collected quite a lot of treasures. We're getting close to the halfway mark of treasures, and we're actually past the halfway point of the game, would you believe it? It's not that long of a game, you can speedrun it in a couple of hours, which I enjoy doing. So, until next time, be lovely to each other.